Hi folks, and Céad Míle Fáilte. If you have your RiderNav R7M or R7X and you want to update the firmware to the latest versions, here's a step-by-step on how to do it. Let me show you. Now the main question is when or why you should update your RiderNav. And I go by the golden rule of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So if your device is working absolutely fine, then absolutely no need to be chasing the latest versions or whatever, right? Just leave it alone. Now, every now and then they might release some additional features, which is the case for me. This thing has been working flawlessly, but I am interested on some of the newer features, and you can check on the RiderNav's website to see what are the latest releases, what they fixed, and what if they added anything, right? Now, on the other side, if you haven't any problems whatsoever, whatever the case might be, the first thing support will tell you is go out and update the firmware. So if you have any issues, definitely worth checking the version and see if there's any firmware update available for you to upgrade and see if it actually fixes the issue before even reaching out to support. First step is to insert an SD card on your device. So if you go to the right hand side, you'll see this little plastic cover. This is a weatherproof seal, of course, so you have to be a little bit careful with it. Then you grab your included tool, you basically undo the two screws. Be careful, these are very tiny screws, right? They don't require any torque, so make sure that the tool is properly seated so you don't strip the bolts or anything like that. And then, quite simply, you just pull out the cover. As you can see, it does have that little bit of a rubber gasket, right, to make that perfect seal. And then you see the slot for the SD card. So now you grab your SD card, put it in, and you have to make sure that it clicks in place. I like to grab the little screwdriver because the whole thing is quite recessed, and just push it in until you hear the click. Once it's seated there, that's all good to go. And you have two options: either do the update and then take the SD card out, or if you're going to leave it in, you can just replace the plastic cover, put it in, screw it back in. Again, just finger tight, don't go crazy. These bolts are absolutely tiny. Just snug and leave it in. You don't have to tighten it out or anything like that. The rubber gasket will do all the trick to make sure it is sealed. So once you have the SD card, let's put it on the bike and go through the process. All right, with the device back on the bike, power it on, and the SD card on, you go to settings. Make sure that in storage you see the SD card. If you need to format, quite simply click there. Formatting, say yes, and it will go ahead and format the whole SD card for you. Format success, all good. And now, quite simply, go to update. You can check the update. It will ask you to connect to your own Wi-Fi. I'm not going to show you that. It's quite simply select your Wi-Fi, put on your password, and then you're in. It checks in on the RiderNav database and checks if there is an update. And then you can see the latest version is 156. I had the 150. And then as you can see here, you have all the details of what the update is actually doing. You know, optimize the operating system. You can actually scroll to the right and see more details. So operating system improvement, boot stability, data reading and display, that is all good. Now, I told you that I'm interested on two new functions, and the main one is the second point here, right? Which is add the position on Android Auto. So now I can have my bar either at the bottom or at the left-hand side. I would love to have it on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, can't remember which one it is. So that for me is absolutely perfect. And then also, you can add the rest reminder function, right? I have that, and every now and then, if I'm riding for a couple hours, it'll tell me, you know, take a break or whatever, right? So having the flexibility of changing that or even disabling that altogether, I think that is absolutely perfect, and that's what I'm after. Now, let's go ahead, click update, and it will go through the process. Obviously, it will download the update first, and then write it on the SD card. After that, it will apply the whole update. It will take 5 to 10 minutes maybe, right, between all the update and everything. Now when you can see that the progress bar, that is the system actually applying the firmware update on the device. Now as you can see, it's rebooting. After you boot up the device, it will take a second to actually go out and start updating the MCU. So just give it 1-2 minutes after the first restart until the device completes the whole update. So now the feature that I wanted to see is go to Android, go to settings, and now you can see menu bar location. You can go bottom or left hand side. I'm going to go out and put it on the left hand side. That is absolutely beautiful. So now as you can see, I do have my navigation bar on the side instead of the bottom, which actually gives you a bit more real estate on the map itself. Obviously, this being a massive 7-inch screen, I don't know if it's going to make a huge difference, but to me, I do prefer to have that on that side. Now, you probably noticed that the settings actually said navigation bar on the left side or the bottom, but it's actually on the right hand side in my case. And that's because you have another setting within Android Auto that if you go here, then scroll down, and you can see driver seat location. This is of course aimed for cars, right? But you can switch that from the right to the left. Here in Ireland, we do have the steering wheel on the right hand side, and that's why it's on the right. If I switch it to left, then the bar will move to the left hand side, which is what, you know, most of the planet actually does. So there you go. Since I'm here, I'll show you another trick as well, right? If you go to change layout, that will allow you to have the media, right, your music, to the left or to the right, right, depending on which side you have. You can have the navigation closer or media closer to the driver, right? Now, one thing to call out, that if you have your phone anywhere near the device, it will automatically connect to Android Auto. So if you click on the Android Auto menu here, it won't show you that settings menu, right? So it will connect straight. Now, the easiest thing you can do is either leave the phone at the house or go ahead on your phone and disable both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. It will drop the connection on the device, and now you can go to the Android Auto setting and set up your bar menu location. So now the other setting that we need to check according to the updates is if we go to more, and now you can see the rest reminder. You can turn it on and off. If I need to take a break, I'll take a break, but I don't need the device to actually tell me to take a break. So that is absolutely beautiful. I love to have that option to turn it off, and happy days, we are back in business. So there you have, folks, quite a simple process. As you can see, right, anyone can do it. If you don't have your RiderNav already, make sure that you check the links down below on the description for a little bit of the discount. And if you do, I do get a little bit of commission, which of course is greatly appreciated. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you folks on the next one. Thanks.